is enough said.
Happy Monday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Boom, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Guys, please do not forget to show support. Like, share, subscribe to the channel as we push for 6,000 subscribers. Now, please join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Yesterday was Mother's Day. Wished you guys a Mother's Day on, Happy Mother's Day, on yesterday's episode. Did a little short, but didn't do an episode, so just wanted to take a moment to wish every mother, stepmom, if you're a mother figure, have a mom, happy Mother's Day, you guys. Beautiful day yesterday. But in today's episode, we're going to discuss something that was reported today by ESPN. Breaking news. ESPN Shams Charania reported today that Giannis Antetokounmpo is officially open to becoming traded this offseason by the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm going to read a quote by Shams Charania. The two-time NBA MVP has not made any firm decisions on his Bucks future after the franchise's third consecutive postseason exit in the first round. But for the first time in his career, Antetokounmpo is open-minded about exploring whether his best long-term fit is remaining in Milwaukee or playing somewhere else, league sources told ESPN. Now, what I'm going to say about this, you guys, if you've been watching this channel for months now, this isn't breaking news. I've touched on this. I've discussed this. I've mentioned this is a big possibility. I've said that I feel that if Milwaukee does not make it out of the first round this year, Giannis is going to ask out. It was reported back in February by Shams Charania and Brian Windhorst that if Giannis's team didn't go far in the playoffs, he would want to ask out. So I wouldn't necessarily call this break news. This is just clout ESPN needs to get views. I would call this a no shit type of thing. This is the third year in a row they're bounced out of the first round. They've made a bunch of trades. They've sent a lot of their players that they won at the 2021 championship out, and they're not going to have the players that are going. They're not having enough that's going to help them win now. Damian Lillard, who you just traded for, is out with a torn Achilles. He's not going to play until the 2027 season. You don't even know what you're going to be getting from that guy at that time. He's going to be 36 years old, returning, maybe 37. So the writing's on the wall for Milwaukee. They also traded Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma. You know, their tenure is over. Giannis sees that, and this is the year where he's going to ask out. But for ESPN to say this is breaking news, I don't know. I don't see it that case. It was reported by Brian Windhorst that the Rockets and the Spurs are the team to watch in Giannis Antetokounmpo sweepstakes. Brian Windhorst reported that Giannis is extremely savvy when it comes to financial matters. He's very, very smart at what the best way to do his contract. He's very, very smart at taxes. I promise you. He knows the tax rates in all states. And I again come back to Houston and San Antonio. No state income tax, which watch what happens tonight in the lottery with Houston and San Antonio, because tonight is the draft lottery. There's another team that doesn't have state taxes. The Miami Heat in Florida. There are no state taxes in Florida. There's a big deal when it comes to that for players. I don't know if you guys have seen Luka Doncic's recent episode. Oh my God, it was a funny YouTube channel. I can't even. Sunday Conversations. Luka Doncic talked about the state income taxes from California because he went from Dallas, which had no state taxes in Texas, to California. So he tells the difference. Players know. It's a big deal to them. The reason why I mentioned the Miami Heat, you guys, is because Giannis has been tied to the Miami Heat in the past a lot, especially in the regular season. I understand what Brian Windhorst said to watch out for San Antonio and Houston. Not only because of the state income taxes, but also because of the fit. I think Giannis would fit perfectly with Houston and San Antonio. I also feel that Houston can probably provide the best offer that most teams can as far as draft flexibility. But the Miami Heat can be a run in the money, you guys. The only thing that the Heat would have to do in order to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, you would have to give up one or both Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro. Now, Not both, obviously. That's to get the deal sealed, but you definitely will have to give up one of them. And there was a post earlier today or yesterday where Tyler Herro did a Happy Mother's Day post to his wife where he was wearing a Milwaukee Bucks jersey, 34, and Twitter went crazy. I believe that was a Ray Allen jersey. I don't know, but Twitter went crazy because oh my God, Tyler Herro's wearing a Milwaukee Bucks jersey. He is from Milwaukee. I have mentioned that before in my previous Giannis videos, why it would make sense. Tyler Herro, if you're going to trade Tyler Herro for a superstar player, you're probably going to send him to a team that is rebuilding, which is what Milwaukee will be doing. Tyler Herro is a perfect player to have for a rebuilding team because of what he brings you offensively. He sells jerseys, got a great personality. But the Miami Heat can offer a plethora amount of assets. You can build a trade off of Tyler Herro, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, add in some cap flexibility like maybe a Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, Andrew Wiggins. You can attach 3 future first-round draft picks in a potential trade. Giannis is a player that you go all in. And I understand why this report came out now, and I understand why this is happening. It's like Brian Windhorst said, Giannis is smart as hell. And you need to get this trade done sooner rather than later because when free agency starts, teams are already going to make their draft pick. And when you pick a player for the draft, you cannot trade them 30 days after they're signed to the rookie contract. So I know what Milwaukee and Giannis are doing right now. They're trying to find a trade partner to potentially trade Giannis to a team where that team can get the other team's 2025 first round pick, like Miami. I think it makes sense. I'd be willing to do it. Tyler Herro, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, Duncan Robinson, 3 future first-round draft picks. You can do Terry Rozier or Andrew Wiggins instead of Duncan Robinson. Now, let's say if that trade is made, what's this Miami Heat team going to look like? Because now you have a team built around Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bam Adebayo. And Kel'el Ware, if he's not included in the trade. You might have to send out Kel'el Ware in the trade. It's Giannis. I hope you don't have to send all 3 of the assets with Ware, Jaquez, and Jovic. Maybe you're able to keep one of them. Maybe it's only 2. So let's say if you're giving up Kel'el Ware and Jaime Jaquez, and you're keeping Nikola Jovic, now you're going to have Bam Adebayo and Giannis. That's the point. If you're trading for Giannis, you guys, the reason why they will include Kel'el Ware had a great rookie season. He's got a good name. He's got good size. And now you'll be able to move Bam to the center position again because you're going to have Giannis playing the 4. It makes sense. The problem with Bam playing the 5 was the 4 was usually Caleb Martin. If you have Giannis Antetokounmpo playing the power forward spot, Bam can go back to the 5. It works. Then you bring back Davion Mitchell. Now is where you can include certain pieces for the team to get better. But does Milwaukee make that trade? This is the thing that I've mentioned before, you guys. The reason why I feel Kevin Durant is the right trade piece. You're not going to have to give up Tyler and Bam. The Miami Heat are in this weird situation, you guys, where we're not so bad where we're tanking, but we're not so good enough when we're contending. And it's kind of the same situation for the offseason trade market goes. We don't have a bad enough package to not contend for a superstar player, but I feel like we don't have a good enough package to contend with some of the other teams can provide, like a Houston, like a Oklahoma as far as draft capital goes. But I know the Miami Heat are going to be players, and anytime a player becomes available, the Heat are going to take a shot at it. So with Giannis on the table right now, I do see the Heat making an offer. The question is, how much do you have to give up? If it's the whole farm, do you do it? Does it make sense? Does it make you a contender? I'm sure Giannis makes you a contender. Giannis and Bam, that's 2 great building blocks, especially defensively. That would be one of the most defensively, like a defensive nightmare for any team in the NBA, especially retaining Davion Mitchell. You can have young players come back. You'll have a mid-level exception. You can make it work. But do they get it done? Heat Nation, let me know what you guys think in the comments. How realistic do you think Miami has a shot of getting Giannis? Small? Large? Not at all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe as we push it for 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said.